What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis. And we're starting to get the new inflation readings, and they're not good. They're not good. So we've seen gas come down, but for the most part, inflation in most other areas is not really going down. And this is going to be particularly important to everybody on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, VA, or veterans, RRB, survivors, because this next inflation reading is the last one in the three-part series for your COLA increase, cost of living adjustment increase, which is expected to be the largest increase in Social Security in at least 40 years. So this is very, very important, and we're going to be getting that here in a few days. Here's the details we have so far, and this kind of shows you how bad inflation is in our country right now. It's not good. The Fed's preferred gauge shows that inflation accelerated even more than expected in August. We're going to be getting September's numbers here in a few days. I'll keep you up to date here on this, but this shows very important trend here. Core inflation rose 4.9% from a year ago in August and 0.6% on a monthly basis, according to a measure the Federal Reserve watches closely. Inflation in August was stronger than expected despite the Federal Reserve's efforts to bring down prices, according to new data on Friday that the central bank follows closely. So, yeah, new data still coming in that shows that it was actually worse than they previously thought. The personal consumption expenditures price index, excluding food and energy, rose by 0.6% just for the month after being flat in July. So it's actually increased. That was faster than the 0.5% the Dow Jones estimated, and another indication that inflation is broadening. So basically, what we're seeing here is that the price of gas has come down, even though it's starting to go back up now. But the cost of everything else is going up and going up fast. So this is one of the major issues here right now with inflation. We are seeing the price of homes and lumber and cars go down because nobody wants to buy them now because of higher interest rates. But stuff like food is extremely expensive, the highest it's ever been. This is a major concern, especially because most Americans are already living paycheck to paycheck. And inflation is just making this problem exacerbated much, much worse for the average person. Quote, more consumers living paycheck to paycheck indicates that many are continuing to lose their financial stability. A recent survey by Lending Club in partnership with payments.com found that 60% of consumers are living paycheck to paycheck. And this is very consistent with what we have seen here in the recent months. 60% of consumers are living paycheck to paycheck and or are in debt. Close to 1/5 of these consumers struggle to pay their monthly bills. Inflation is also impacting some of the nation's high earners, the survey showed, as 45% of those earning more than $100,000 per year were also living paycheck to paycheck. They call that, what do they call that? Wealth creep, inflation creep. That's because they live in homes that's very, very expensive, and cars, and it just takes all their income. Nearly three, plus they have multiple kids and stuff like that, or they live in a high cost of area living, New York, San Francisco, California, a lot of places like that, $100,000 a year, maybe even for two people, That's only $50,000 a year each. That's the average earning nowadays. Remember that right here, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics here, the median wage for workers in the US in the second quarter of 2022 was about $1,041 per week, or $54,132 per year, assuming 52 weeks of work per year and or vacation. So this is the average wage right now, guys, $54,000 a year, or the median wage, kind of similar there. So with inflation and everything going up and people getting their yearly raises and stuff like that, um, and really, if you live in a high cost of living place like San Francisco, New York, certain areas of California, wages are actually much higher than this because this is not enough to buy a home in a lot of areas. $54,000 if homes are $500,000 or more. This is poverty level in a lot of areas. And just for reference, this breaks out to $26 an hour. So in some areas of the country, there's already $15 an hour minimum wage already in some places. So just to give you an idea, that is already official in some states. Some states have already passed. Some states have already passed higher minimum wages. Even like Florida has passed a $15 an hour minimum wage, but it goes in stages here. By 2026, it officially gets to $15 an hour. You can see here, right here on the screen. So Florida voters actually voted for that, just as one of the states here. New Jersey, another one, which will gradually increase the minimum wage to $15 an hour by 2024. Remember, it's going to be 2023 here in like 3 months. So New Jersey will have a $15 an hour minimum wage by 2024. Illinois will have a minimum wage to $15 an hour by 2025. Delaware has a $15 an hour minimum wage to 2025 as well. Rhode Island, a $15 an hour minimum wage by 2025. New Jersey will also increase tipped employees to $9.87. I remember when it was $2.13 here, forever it was. Maryland, $15 an hour by 2024. New Mexico, minimum wage to $12 an hour by 2023. So that's going to be happening here soon. Connecticut, $15 an hour by 2023 as well. So very, very soon. Nevada, by July 2024, minimum wage will be 11, and health benefits, and $12 for employers that do not offer health benefits. Massachusetts, $15 an hour by, I believe, 2023. New York became the second state to pass a law that would raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour by the end of 2018. So that has already happened. And on April 4th, 2018, California governor increased the minimum wage to $15 an hour by January 1st, 2022. So that has also happened as well. Now, this is one of the reasons why Social Security needs an extra boost, an extra raise. Now, the cost of living adjustment is going to be the largest raise in 40 years. That is I don't want to say definite. I mean, nothing's definite until it actually gets announced here, which is going to be in a few days. I'll keep you up to date here on that. But right now, the average Social Security earner wage is $1,546. This comes directly from Social Security. So if you divide that by 4 weeks, it's only $386 a week. Yeah, that's very, very low. And then you divide that by 40 hours a week, that's $9.06 an hour. And I see a lot of comments from a lot of people saying that they don't make anywhere near $1,500. So that means you're making below the $9.66 an hour. Now, the cost of living adjustment is going to be a it's going to be the largest raise in 40 years, probably, because the last year, the 5.9% was the largest raise in, I think it was almost 40 years as well. This one's going to be bigger, probably almost for sure. So, but the problem is that we're seeing this record high inflation here, and $1,500 is really just not enough to live on, especially right now with the cost of everything. In fact, you look at this here, a brand new report here for September 2022 that just came out here recently, a monthly look at the average rent price trend across the United States shows here the prices to rent a one bedroom and a two bedroom. They have actually come down here a little bit, but I mean, still not much here. Down 2%, I mean, better than nothing, right? But you can see year over year, they're up 27 and 23%. That shows you inflation, right? But if the average cost of a one bedroom apartment, a one bedroom, mind you, one bedroom, is $1,721. I mean, how is the average person on Social Security supposed to afford this when the average monthly Social Security payment is $1,546? And this is just for a one bedroom. Remember that you may have to pay utilities on that. You surely have to pay for food. You may have to pay for a car on that. You have to pay for clothing. I mean, surely you have other expenses on top of this. This just shows how Social Security needs significant raises here. And this is why we need to get these bills passed that independent Senator Bernie Sanders and about 200 other congressmen and congresswomen have signed on for. They don't need that many other sponsors or that many other congressmen, congresswomen to vote for to be able to pass this, which would add an additional $2,400 a year into the pockets of Social Security beneficiaries. And it would actually extend the solvency by 75 years. The way they would do this is that it would, people that make over $250,000, depending on how they enact it, $250,000 or $400,000, they would pay back into the Social Security system. Because right now they stop paying in at $147,000. So they just stop paying Social Security taxes. But if they enacted this, people that make over $147,000, they would start paying Social Security taxes again at $250,000 or $400,000, and this would actually extend the solvency for 75 years. Okay, this is because this alone would be good because the Social Security fund is going to run out of money here in 13 years. CBO projects Social Security will run out of money in about 13 years. So not only would this extend the solvency by 75 years by having all these high income earners pay into the Social Security trust fund, people that make millions and millions and millions of dollars, all that money would go in there. But also, it would provide an extra $2,400 per year, which is for a lot of people, that's like 2 months of earnings. For some people, maybe even 3 months. I mean, if you earn $800 a month, that's 3 extra months of payments. So this is a really, really big thing for a lot of people. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments, and I'll link you to another video here on that so you can get more information. Make sure to subscribe down below to our YouTube channel if you haven't yet. It's completely free to do so. This way you won't miss out on new videos that come out here every day on our channel at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Click the bell icon after you subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos. You can click here to see more information on these Social Security bills. And here is my newest video on checks going out to Americans that you might not even know about. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.